Okay. Hello, you filthy heathens. If there's any in here, that is. Apologies, I got ravenously hungry. So, munching on some homemade macaroni and cheese with seasonings and everything. Hey, what's up, Commander Wolf? How you doing? Evening, Badger. Happy Memorial Day weekend at work. Currently wanted to pop in and see how you're doing. Evening? Is it evening? Or wait, is it evening for you? Okay, well, either or. Nice to see you again, Commander Wolf. How you doing? At work currently. Wanted to pop in. Well, I'm doing. I don't know if y'all got the news yet. But I did the border patrol thing. Um, and I passed on everything. Um, so I blew the daylights out of every event. I well exceeded the standards, and there was 287 candidates. We finished with around 40 left, and I was the one that did the fastest out of everybody. And I was older than everybody there by like 32 years or something ridiculous. So yeah, that's all well and good. Trouble is, trouble is, I'm not gonna know if it means shit until a long while from now, it seems. So, wait, I should probably put my head on screen. So, um, basically, here's how it works, right? Because, because it's not a direct hire, whatever the, whatever. It's not a direct hire. So I've done all of this bullshit. Um, only for, only for me to find out that it might take them anywhere from 6 months to a fucking year to get to me for anything. Border Patrol Academy and all of it. So yeah, I won, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so unless you're a direct hire, which the only way you get direct hired is if you've actually been federal law enforcement before. Um Seems like I'm fucked at the moment. Hopefully you're doing better than me, Mr. Wolf. Commandor Wolf. It's 2 p.m. Well, near 20 minutes past. That's afternoon, not evening. That's afternoon. Evening doesn't start until 6. That's why that's why I was so confused. I was like, Commander Wolf, wouldn't military count? Well, as a service member, I was not federal law enforcement. If I was military police, which are federal law enforcement, that'd be a different story. But I was never federal law enforcement. I've been technically a Fed, yes, but I've worked under federal agencies, not as a direct um, federal agent or none of that shit. See, yeah, that's all cool. I still gotta wait a fucking year. And I don't have a year to wait. I need something now. Because I'm leaving this place. I'm moving again very soon. Because, well, I have no choice in the matter. Still better than no prospects? Because of how long it's going to take, it's not going to fucking help me. So because, I'm looking at anywhere between 6 months to a year, I don't have that kind of time. Period. I do not have that kind of time. I'm already losing the place I'm living at. Because I can't afford to keep up with this shit. So, I'm going to bite off a piece of a nuclear warhead. Things have been going okay with my ex. And she's in a very bad place too. So I'm trying to take advantage of that shit. Still happy for you though. Yeah, afternoon. Well, I appreciate it. But to do all this shit, do all this bullshit, to go above and fucking beyond everything, only for me to be told I gotta wait so much longer than. So it's basically a fuck you with a slap in the face. Fuck. That and I do feel kind of bad because I made poor Nelia cry again. But again, like, I understand it. It's not exactly my fault. Like I've said before, she's young, in love, but unfortunately on her part, she's not a guarantee. Because of decisions she made when she was much younger, which I don't exactly fault her for, right? Peer pressure is a thing, and going along with the crowd and with the herd makes sense. But because she is not physiologically and biologically pure, I wouldn't place that kind of expectation upon her. Unfortunate as it is, she's great as a Western female. She really is. She's wonderful. I love her to death. But I cannot take the risk of the rest of my lifetime with someone who is not a biological, physiological guarantee of success when it comes to pair bonding. Hey, what's up, Fire Mango? How you doing? But yeah, you get what I mean, Commander Wolf? Freaking yesterday, she confessed again, and she kind of cornered me. She was like, come on, like, I love your son. I love you. Which was hard to hear. It really was. Right? I hate having to hurt people. I hate that, right? Especially someone I do care about. But unfortunately for her, those the ships have sailed. They are anchored permanently, and they have no masts anymore. Now, am I down to have fun with her? Sure. Anytime. Anytime, every time. Doesn't matter what it is. She comes into town and she wants to go to a theater or some shit, I'll go with her. She wants to have a fun time at my place, by all means. Can she be a wife? There's no guarantee. And my experience has taught me that any woman that ain't fresh, that you try to do a permanent life with, like a eternity future of any kind, they never last past a decade, period. And so, unfortunately, the same applies to her. But she's still young. She's still young. She's got time. I'm sure she'll find some guy who will sweep her off her feet next, and that she might have some good years with. But I don't see a permanent marriage or long-term relationship in her future. It's not possible for women that aren't virgins, or the chances are extremely low. So yeah, I hate hurting her, but I can't take that kind of a chance. For all I know, the rose colored glasses will only last a year, and then she'll suddenly realize, I want to go explore more options or something. Like I said, she's fine for a Western female. But much like the rest of them, she's made permanent decisions that are unchangeable. Doing all right? Okay, good to hear, Fire Mango. Commander Wolf. Nearly been doing good streaming. Everybody is dumb and do stupid things when they're young. Granted, I mainly kept to myself. Didn't have many friends growing up. Well, that seems good to me, because if your circle is small, then there's not that many people to worry about, right? Not a lot of betrayal um, prepare for. Fire Mango, tired. I get you. I'm exhausted too. I didn't sleep well last night. I slept like shit. Um, mostly because you know, I ended up hurting Nelia again. I do feel bad about that. It sucks. It really does. She's a sweet girl, but LTR, like long term relationships, not she. She doesn't have the physical or physiological capacity for it. Her biology is forever. Her Pandora's box can never be shut again. And if that weren't the case, she wouldn't have been messing around with a man like me. Right? She wouldn't have offered herself to me. But it is what it is. Commander Wolf. Nothing stops you two with being very close friends with benefits. Hell, nowadays it's more common for folks to be friends with benefits than big W and M words. But it's also a result of courts having very long history of taking the women's side of things. Yes, that's another thing. Unless it's like a religious ceremony, I'm never getting legally married ever again. Not happening. At all. No point. But yeah, no, yeah, she told me as much. She was like, she made a joke out of it, but she was serious. I'm very certain of that. About being like, well, if you ever find someone, I'd be happy to be your second. Which partly melted my heart and partly made me immediately go into boomer mode. Because I was like, oh, come on, darling. Just because you've already gone past the river, gone over the river, doesn't mean you need to drown yourself. You know? You should have more respect for yourself. But yeah, which look, I'm not opposed to. That's just the way of the world now, I guess. Um, if I end up finding anybody and they're okay with me having Nilia around, cool, awesome. If not, then not. Whatever. Still not getting married again, ever. But yeah, I'm out of this place very soon. So, what was I explaining earlier? Shit. Um, it was having to do with me moving. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm out of this place. At the end of the month. Um, I'm moving all my shit out, and I'm gonna clean it up. I'm probably gonna leave some shit here, like some of the furniture, because I can't take it with me. Um, so I'm sure I've told y'all a lot about my ex-wife. Well, she's in a really tight spot, a very tight spot. Such a tight spot that she has extended the offer to me to move in. And get this, for only half as much as I pay here. So I'm gonna take advantage of that shit. Hard. The bitch owes me a lot. A huge amount. But the good thing is that she is put out enough that I can lay down some very hard rules. I've already got like a legally binding rental agreement done, and we also now have a shared parenting agreement that's also legally binding. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think I had a shot at you know, being able to ensure I have more control over the situation this time. But what do y'all think? Yeah, it's shocking. I know. I know. But on the other hand, I am a beggar. I don't have the money to be a chooser. I got you. I got you, Commander Wolf. Not a bad deal, all things considered. Still working, still time. Okay, I get you. Yeah, no, on one hand, it's like either sleep the fuck outside or take hard advantage of her offer. She's much more, I would say, she's much, much less insufferable nowadays, thankfully. And it's probably the fact that she's had to struggle so fucking long that's mellowed her the fuck out. It's about time the bitch learned something. I'm just still pissed off that it was at the cost of, you know, all the L's I've been taking the past, you know, 3 or 4 years now. So yeah. I guess Mango fell asleep. Have a good sleep, Mango. Oh yeah, I was gonna watch some Kirsha while everything else was going on. See what she's up to. It's so nice to see Kirsha's like Dragon Ball Z story arc on this shit recently. Because they tried to cancel her. She sent them a legal notice to stop the shit. And then they stopped the shit, and now she's won. Although she did lose a sponsor over it, so fucking fuck them. But everybody in the community freaking lambasted the fuck out of that Rocket Crime City or whatever fucking game, and their you know, cowardly wokeivist fucking pussy developers. That studio deserves the wrecking they're getting right now. Anyway, so listen to some Kirsha while I take care of my teeth and stuff. I'll be back in a sec. But yeah, let me know what you think about everything else while I'm away.
Oh, I don't know what that said because I was talking at the beginning of it. I'm gonna need an assist, binary mind. My Oshi isn't real. My last name. I needed a last name for fucking Final Fantasy 14 back in the day. And so I just closed my eyes and typed shit out and picked what I thought sounded best. And back in the 14 days, my name didn't have an H in it, but I was like, I think the H looks aesthetically pleasing, so I added the H in when I started streaming. Verstau. Albedo wouldn't give a damn about your safety, you might die. Well, that's just not true.
Regardless the circumstances. Hope you can stream throughout out this and not let freaks disrupt you.
Thank
You're
you!
getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl.
I need a vigorous spanking, man. I need something to take the edge off after all this shit. Yeah, Binary Mind, thank you. Here's the assist you requested. Toast Engineer was the 25. Thank you. Thank you, Toast Engineer. Ask my local technology brother about setting up an NGINX RMTP relay on an EC2 instance or similar. Binary Mind, do you know what the fuck he's talking about? Because if Binary Mind doesn't know, I don't know anyone who would be able to help with that. He also provided the FBI thing in DMs a few minutes ago. Thank you, Ziz. Thank you. Thank you, Ziz. Jammed Bagu, thank you. Stay safe. Here's something for your ammo fund. Still waiting for the Porsche pistol grips merch, please. Since the other gun manufacturer pulled out because they were like, we don't want to deal with drama, it's gonna be a huge fucking delay. Gonna be a massive delay, but thank you for the couple of people who did open tickets and give suggestions about possible other partners to work with. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. He's speaking in tongues. Get him. Mildly OCD, thank you for the 20. YouTube Mobile's preventing you from sending super chats. Take some pizza bullet money, whichever works. Thank you. Thank you, Mildly OCD. Also, it's a good thing that you sent it through Stream Elements instead. I keep more of the money, and also you don't have to pay the mobile store tax for the super chat. So like, you're just winning out here, Mildly OCD. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So running a private server on AWS for those who don't speak programmer? I don't know how to do that either. Sorry you kind of dropped the ball. You didn't drop any ball, Starvin, my guy. It's fine. It's fine. It's not exactly like I was explaining things fucking perfectly either, you know? Thank you for your suggestions. Gun manufacturers should have held their ground. The liberals already hate them anyway. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Someone asked where they can see the fingernails. I made a tweet. How the fuck does this have over 4,000 likes? What the... What the fuck? I took pictures of my fingernails, and it's the same color from when I tried the cactus pussy candy. I was like, I don't know. I really like the heaven colors and then the space color. The heaven color is called La Petite Mort, which is apparently French for orgasm or some shit, because it's like the little death, and that's what they call orgasms. It's a really nice color, and it's great that they made it heaven centric.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely disappointed to hear that Kirsha gets the vampire nails. Extremely disappointed. I'll make my thoughts known in the chat. I'll probably get lambasted for it too.
Sweaters and bowler caps to defend you. I need the mob on my side, alright? Very pretty. Hopefully the paint doesn't scratch when you dig them in. That's not gonna happen for many years, probably, chat. I gotta get back to New England before I start dating. Also, speaking of New England, I I did put an offer in on that house that I mentioned that I was like, I'm gonna have to offer them like multiple hundreds of thousands below what they want. And I did, and I got rejected as I expected. But not only did I get rejected, but they were like, we're gonna counter offer with like 300,000 higher than what you offered. And also you pay all closing costs. And I was like, that's not a counter offer. That's a raping. What are you doing? Absolutely not. Wow, absolute boomer. I was like, you know, for a widow saying that she wants to sell her house because her husband died.
Yeah, that discounts Kirsha by 50% easily. I fucking hate those kind of nails, period. Just like I hate clown makeup.
Want to even let my dad see the house because they were like, your pre-approval isn't high enough for our liking. And so they were just like, sorry, we won't even show you the house. And then after the house had been on market for like fucking multiple months, it's probably like up there for like 5 months or some shit now, they were just like, hey, do you still want to see this? I was like, you fucking people. BlackRock is bidding higher. Oh no, not only is this stagnating on the market, but apparently I am the only one who went to see it. So they can kind of get fucked. Imagine not letting people see the property you're trying to sell. A lot of sellers won't let you see the property if they feel like your pre-approval isn't good enough. So like my pre-approval is way higher than I should ever be spending on a house because, you know, lending companies are Satan. But it wasn't high enough for the people to want to show me their house. In 6 months, when they still haven't sold, send a lower offer and tell them that the value's gone down. Absolutely. The new Nux video about you is pretty damn funny. I haven't finished watching it because I don't have any time for anything at the moment, especially since I am, you know, going to be traveling with the CIA soon. But not actually the CIA, that's a joke. But I did start watching the Nux video. The fact that he was just like, you know, I actually care about pronouncing Kirsch's name correctly, unlike everyone else. And so he just pushes this TTS button that says my name every time he needs to say it, and it had me fucking dying. I also like I know what I've said, right? So like I know what I've said is safe, but the fact that Nux was just like, I don't even know what Kirsha said, but I co-sign all of it. I approve of everything she said, and I co-sign like this. I believe her. Everything she said is right and correct. I'm like, oh my god, this man is playing with fire. What if I actually was crazy? Nux is a mad lad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something fucking with him eventually. That was a fucking hilarious video, dude. Giga Chad. Yeah, the blue VTubers. Truly, Israel was always my greatest ally. Thank you for the Jewish support, Nux. we can both be weird blue people together. That's fantastic. Guess you should watch it and let him back in your algorithm. It was a fucking hilarious video. I haven't finished watching it because like I just don't have time for stuff. I want to finish watching it though because it's fucking hilarious. Saw my post on the couple that got gunned down for a neo-Nazi. You really fail at hating the people from a certain religion. I know. I fucking took sponsorships from an Israeli-run VTuber corporation. I almost got management from said Israeli VTuber organization. I'm pretty bad at being a Nazi, you guys. I'm gonna be real. I saw an image on Twitter the other day, actually, that had the Jewish flag colors on a swastika, and I was like, what is even happening anymore? When you're like,
how about I put a tiny top hat on your penis?
I love tiny top hats on your penis. Huge! Don't you know that the Jews were the real Nazis all along? I don't fucking understand people, chat! I don't understand people! And speaking of not understanding, lotus position. Isn't that something in like the fucking Kama Sutra? Lotus position. Thank you for the 50 gift schmeats. Thank you! Thank you, you fucking Giga Chad. Thank you. Buy a hat for your hat. True. Lotus position can buy a hat for his hat, unironically. Of course you'd know that. I can't believe my Foxwoman VTuber is this bad at being a Nazi. Cartel clients always said your best ally in the US are the rich Jews from New York. There was a reason for that. Look, I'm not saying that I'm crazy. I'm just saying, anytime I need a lawyer, I want them to be as Jewish as possible, all right? I trust them. Maybe the real Nazis were the friends we made along the way. Oh my god. Wasn't the Mustache Man Jewish? I don't know, dude. I don't know Mustache Man's history. I only know his birthday because every time I make a 420 Blaze It joke on that day, people are like, Kirsha, it's also Hitler's birthday! And I was like, well, I thought he did meth and not weed, but okay, I guess fucking Blaze It for Hitler, question mark. I don't know, dude. That was basically the genesis of the pun, yes. What? Home time, see y'all in about an hour. Drive safe, dude! Drive safe. How can our Foxy's Vector be this cute? Munya! The deep mustache lore is a minefield of History Channel pop culture. I don't really know much, you know? Have a Panzer Chocolate? I don't know what that is! I love delicious coffee. I love it. The ones accusing us of being Nazis sure know a lot about them. Hell, it's like fucking looping back to that one guy who, like, I don't even remember what it was, but he was just like, this is a callback to a Goebbels quote. And I was like, why the fuck do you know Goebbels quotes off the top of your head? What the fuck? Liberals really are keeping the memory of the Mustache Man alive. Oh my god. A Killjoy Tommy, thank you, working at Minneapolis City Hall today as a contractor. They were holding a vigil for St. Floyd. Felt he would find it amusing. I genuinely do not understand why people want to bestow sainthood upon that man. Like, it baffles my fucking noggin jogging every time. Every fucking time. Alright, hold on. Ziz said that he sent the archives of these tweets. So, this person sent a message to, like, a specific, like, reporting off-platform, like, terrorist behavior or whatever to Twitch. They're like, I'm so tired. While we're at it, I had to do some digging to find out how to do this, but it turns out you can report a channel for off-site behavior, and one of the specific violations is leadership, membership, or sponsorship of a known hate group. Send an email to osit@twitch.tv with those exact words. Hey, Anna Valenz, and whoever the fuck that person is, you want to get eyes on this? Brother, I am a cartoon fox woman. I am not a leader or a member or sponsoring any kind of hate groups. I got fucking mythic talent, which, I mean, I guess if you think Asmongold is a Nazi could count as a hate group, but that'd be weird because of how many, like, fucking people that they have under their umbrella. I was like, what? Your fiance likes shitty horror? Got any recommendations? Oh god, not off the top of my head, no. My brain cannot use its thinking function recently. The Laura person is Anna Valenz 2.0. How the fuck do you guys know who these weird blue sky people are? I hesitate to use the word people, but you know. Shondo just joined Mythic too. Fucking amazing pickup, unironically. I hope she has as good of a time with her Mythic manager as I do mine. Mine's a fucking bro. Love that guy. The boy in the striped pajamas. What is that? Sat Hale, thank you for the 10 gift members, dude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it's Blue Sky. That explains everything. The people on Blue Sky are absolutely out of their fucking minds. And then they posted the full email here, where they said the message to which Twitch, owned by the most profitable company in the world, is replying. And they sent to Twitch, my Twitch link is currently engaged in a targeted harassment campaign against Anna Valenz, a journalist who reported on her sympathizing with Nazis openly. So their first sentence is not only just outright lying, but also Anna Valenz was starting the harassment campaign against me, right? Like, it was already happening on Twitter, but it was just seething V-tweeters who didn't fucking matter, and I could just ignore, and my sponsors could just ignore, and nobody fucking cared about. But now Anna Valenz decided to make some Vice articles, which I got taken down, which it's really weird how many of these fucking freaks have been saying, oh, why can't these Nazis just stand on their beliefs? Why do they have to play with lawfare? Like, this isn't even real. You don't have a case. Vice just doesn't want to spend money on it. Brother, I don't think you understand the disparity in the amount of money that Vice has versus the amount of money I have. If this wasn't like a fucking slam dunk, first of all, a lawyer wouldn't have taken it on. Second of all, I wouldn't have been able to threaten a cease and desist because I wouldn't have had the money to put where my mouth is. Unfortunately for Vice, this would have been a slam dunk case, which is why the articles have been taken down. Oh god, they really should not have opened this Pandora's box. It's fucking...
Alright, I'm back.
It's fucking actually insane to me that, like, I am now at the point of having to move from...
Alright, I'm back. Badger, did you get my stream gift? What stream gift? Well, since she exposed, she's part vampire, I'm kind of disinclined to watch her now. So we're gonna put Kirsha away. I don't like vampire nails. Absolute turnoff. Alright, I've returned. What stream gift, Commander Wolf? As far as I see, nothing showed up on stream. Well, if you did, thank you. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on chat. I don't see nothing on the stream chat, my dude. Did it reject you? Here, I'll refresh the chat. Maybe that'll help. No, nothing shows up. I think YouTube stole from you, my dude. Because, yeah, I don't see anything on the stream chat. So I'm guessing you tried to send something, but it didn't go through. If you did, I appreciate it, but don't put yourself out on my account. What I don't understand is why it doesn't keep it at just live chat on here. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, Steam. Oh, here, give me a sec. I don't know, my man. Let me check real quick. Uh... Uh, Let me check my gifts thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got it. See? Oh, you didn't have to do that. It's been on my wish list since it came out. You didn't have to do that, my man. But thank you. Thank you very much. Whenever I'm able to afford it, I will definitely download and play it. And go slaughter things for the God Emperor. Thank you, Commander Wolf. I shall accept this. Let me refresh that. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Well, thank you, Commander Wolf. Yeah, well, on sale still means always too expensive for me. But thank you again, Commander Wolf. You're always being a light at the end of the tunnel for me. I appreciate it. I just wish I was able to give you some shit back, but looks like that's going to take a while. Thanks again, though. Thank you very much. I wish I could repay you, but seems like that'll be a long time coming. But thanks. Hopefully at some point I get to install, play it, and then see you in the game. If you have it, that is. But yeah, thanks again, bub. That being said, you want to watch some Smug Alana talk about men finding dating hard while I do my dishes? I can't leave my dishes right there undone. I'll turn on some Smug Alana. Maybe I'll make you a smuggler. She's cutesy.
I just got the worst PT.
Wait, have I seen part of this already? No, apparently not. Buff Pup? What's Buff Pup? Buff Pup? What's that? Is freaking YouTube hiding my goddamn chats again? I just turned it to live and it should stick there. Okay, so no one's... Wait, are they? Oh, they're another VTuber. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'll turn on some Smugglana for the moment. I might have seen part of this while I was trying to sleep. Like I said, I couldn't sleep well last night. Especially finding out I'm not immediately getting hired so I could start paying all my fucking bills. That tends to do an old man in very hard. But yeah, I'll turn on some Smugglana. From Smugglana! Is this why men find dating hard? I have a feeling she's just gonna be reacting to like some leftist, grifting, feminist, wokist, Democrat, want to make all men women, or an androgynous, or whatever the fuck, acceptable of all the bad things, men, whatever. That's what I have a feeling she'll be doing. But you let me know in the chat. I gotta do my dishes real quick though, that's it. Papaya.
I found this article while doom
I'll be back.
scrolling. So I thought it'd be like fun to go through
Gotta
and
be
see if it's
clean
like
and
bullshit
hygienic
or if it's actually
things.
helpful. It's really long though. We're gonna skim it as best we can, okay? Because I don't want to spend an hour on this. The real reason you find dating hard and what to do about it. Alright. Practical solutions for the men who want love but feel stuck. Okay. You're not alone. There are countless men, good men, who want love, marriage, want family, blah, 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 blah. You've tried, you've thought about it, blah, blah, blah. This article's for you. Most dating problems come from one of two places, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Practical solutions. Where is it? Where was I? I was fucking losing my train of thought. First is your environments of cities and cultures, something about the West, conservative areas, or women to avoid. Chat. Avoid even most liberal cities. There are still good women. That's true. That's true. Sure, I can agree with that. I think there's good people everywhere. Okay, I can get down with this. Yeah. If you can't, what is it called? If you can't reshape your environment in other ways, your community, your routines, your social circles, the second source of problems is internal. Your skills, your mindset, your emotional blocks, your lack of development. Chat, do we like development? Like, I'm getting, like, vibes. I'm getting vibes, chat. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you just haven't been shown how to deal with these barriers like a man! There we go, there it is, chat. Those are the vibes I'm talking about. This isn't a scolding, it's a flashlight. I'm gonna show you something valuable for free. Each solution is the next step forward, one step at a time. Chat, am I crazy? I get the vibe he's like selling something. This kind of smells like alpha male course vibe for like, you know, $30. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Problem, I don't have time to go on dates. Solution, ooh, chat, ooh, solution, ooh. If you don't have time to date, you don't have time to be married. A woman isn't a hobby you slot in between deadlines. She's your future, your family, and mother of your children. Something about culture deadline, current schedule, school and training. Don't push off finishing. Restructure your life so that within 12 to 24 months, you're free enough to fall in love. Man, this is a whole fucking lot of yapping, man. That's part of being a mature man. Taking control of your time and your energy. Ooh. Chat, is this a real problem? Do guys complain about not having time to go on dates, or is this bullshit? I've heard one guy I know complain about this, but he's once divorced and over 30. It makes sense, like, when he complains about it, because he has, like, a career at this point in his life, and he was married for, like, I think it was, like, 8 or 10 years. I think it was 8. So getting back into the dating scene sucks, because he said women want to text you for 2 weeks before they ever want to go on a date, which is super cringe. So you waste all this time texting when you don't even know if you're gonna be attracted to them in person. That's not going on dates, so like, I don't know. Kind of if women want to need a certain time amount of money before it to be considered. It's not even about that. I'm talking about like texting. Texting ruined dating? You think so? You really think so? Yeah. It's BS, you make the time. Okay, just a little bit divided. I understand. A little bit. I can't afford to take a woman out on a date. Problem. Solution. Money has always been a sore spot for young men. Okay. Most men in history started out with very little. In the past, families often stepped in to help launch a young couple, but even then, the early years were lean, and that's normal. Blah, 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 blah. Marriage is not cheaper than dating. You don't need to impress her with a fine dining at a steakhouse, but you do need to signal that your life is in motion, that you have a plan. Take on a second job. Reduce your expenses. Build an income stream. Yeah, do TikTok drop shipping. Yeah, just stop being poor, idiot. Look at it as a test of your creativity. Blah, blah, blah. It's not a fun place to be because it's hard. Handle that first. A man who won't feed himself cannot feed a family. Chat, I'm getting a little bit of boomer vibes. I ain't gonna hold you. A little bit of hold on, I gotta demonstrate this because I don't have like I don't have 3D, but like pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of thing, you know? Those vibes, man. I could smell it like from a mile away, you know? Realistically, he's not wrong. You should absolutely, obviously strive to be successful and make good money. I totally get that. But I feel like you shouldn't be doing it for the purpose of wanting to get a girlfriend. Yeah. You should want to be successful on your own. Like when you're single. Again, I just don't know if I don't have money to go on a date is a real super common problem. I feel like bitches like that who are like, oh my god, I need money spent on me, I need a Birkin bag, blah, 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 and then they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna go on a date with you and like suck your dick. It's like, that doesn't work, man. Those relationships don't fucking last. Having a job in this economy? I mean, that too. Grandpa didn't take his meds and started to type random shit on Twitter. I probably got ran through ChatGPT, low-key. You can kind of tell by the structure of the piece. I've read a lot of ChatGPT bullshit. And here's another thing. The other thing he's not mentioning is that in this hypothetical scenario where you need money to go on dates with girls, this isn't like a silly little, haha, I got a second job this summer to get some extra money to take like a few girls to the movies kind of thing. This is a lifelong commitment in 2025. It's not 1969, Grandpa. You will work until you die unless you're really, really well off and you have really well off fucking family members. You don't need a second job to go on dates. You need a second job to not starve in some cases, man. I've heard of people taking 3 jobs on. My man's got two jobs and pulling himself by the bootstraps kind of looking ass article. That's right. If you need money to date a girl, you're not attractive. I disagree. I think women really have high expectations nowadays, at least like the really basic ones. There are deviations, of course, and integers. Factors, variables, I agree, but I think that money does matter a lot. What is this? Problem, I don't know where to meet women. Oh, here we go. Okay, oh no, oh, we got it to late. Considering how boomer-esque this article has been so far, well, not article, let's just say it's like a tweet, right? I have low expectations, chat. Solution. This isn't just a logistics issue, it's a life design issue. You meet high quality women by becoming a high quality man in motion, a man with an interesting life. What, you want fucking parties and shit? What the fuck are we talking about, man?
So it's basically what I guessed it would be. Just some liberal who's like, just make more money and be rich. And then you'll be successful. And whenever they put that string of words together, you and I know this, that says rich with activity, purpose, human connection, a life that invites others in because it's alive. It's just a bunch of, you know, double speak slop to try to sound nice. When what they actually mean is lots of money.
And that means building a life that's rich with activity, purpose, and human connection. Oh, here we go. You meet women at the gym. Women don't just marry you, they marry into your lifestyle. If you're not organically meeting at least one woman per month who might want to date you, your life isn't active or interesting enough.
So basically, yes, you gotta be rich. That's essentially what they're saying. Your average dude can meet, okay, technically not meet, can engage with a bunch of females in any and all settings. Unfortunately, the risk of him either going to jail for looking or for being honest, you know, getting some kind of charges brought against him with no proof, and they don't need proof for that bullshit, or to be shamed and humiliated publicly just for talking and deigning to approach such a delusional creature, are very high. I mean, you could try to engage with women all day. You can meet tons of women, and men find a lot of women more than enough to attempt to date. But as we see, it's absolutely not the same in reverse period. If you're not Keanu Reeves, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, Luigi Mangione, and a CEO mixed all into one who makes millions per month, you're not worth shit to any Western female.
Join groups, serve, create, build reputation in your community. What if, here we go, train at the gym. Here we go, yep, there it is. Train at the gym. Chat, how many of you go to the gym and you meet 0 bitches? Because bitches are crazy. Like, let's be honest, you go to the gym, you're fairly attractive, you're not ugly, and you meet 0 bitches.
For me, it's the opposite problem. Too many of them get in my fucking way at the gym. So as y'all know, I go to the gym quite frequently. And at one gym I went to, because I was avoiding females purposefully, like they would ask me to spot them and I'd be like, no thanks, you have a good day, goodbye, stay away from me please. Or they'd come up and ask me about a workout, and I'm like, you can watch me from over there. Thanks. And if you take video of me, I'm going to sue you. You know, stuff like that. Or I'd get females trying to get my attention in another way that's antagonistic, like one time where a female was trying to do recording and all of that, so I kept avoiding wherever she was recording. I was like, yep, not worth fucking being in that frame. And then it got to the point where I realized she was following me around the gym. She'd singled me out as a target. And so, I went to a spot where it's damn hard to do that. And it was very crowded. So it was hard to isolate me from nobody. And then she then went to the front desk and accused me of not only ogling her, but of actually harassing her. And then I asked the gym owners to pull up the cameras, pull up the recordings, and I can prove that all wrong right now. They did this, found out she was just a shameful liar. She got banned. But at first, they were going to try to ban me because the first person I was dealing with was another female. It wasn't until I got the gym manager, right, and then later the gym owner, both dudes, that the camera recordings and stuff got pulled up to prove me innocent. Because everybody assumed I was guilty. I don't go to that gym anymore. I go to a different gym now. It's a much better gym too. Bigger as well. And you know, although unfortunately it's always packed, so there's fucking walking red flags on every goddamn gym set. But yeah, and now I've only gotten maybe 5 or 6 complaints against me from females because what I do is that if I notice there's a bunch of females in my vicinity, right, then I just get away. Or if a female approaches me, you know, I'll just cut them off because I don't want to waste my time. I got other shit to do than engage with you. You walking red flag, you. And so I'll cut them off. I'll be like, they'll come up and be like, hi, or whatever, waving or trying to tap me, get attention. And I'll be like, I'm gone. Grab my shit, move. And they complain about that shit. They complain about me avoiding the spaces where they are. So yeah, after this, it was like the 5th or 6th complaint. The gym staff, you know, took me aside and were like, okay, we're not going to take complaints about you anymore. You're good. If you have any issues, come to us, please. First. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Because it was absolutely fucking out of hand. And every time, you know, that I got pulled up to the desk where they were like, hey, like, they're saying this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, look at the cameras. And every single time, I'm exonerated. So yeah, like the old song says, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
All taken? Yeah! Me, 0 bitches. Yeah. No, I'm talking about going to the gym. I've been harassed by bitches at the gym. Damn! My smuggler's getting some tail! Sheesh! I talk with boys at the gym, not girls. Okay, that's fair. But my point still stands. It's super cringe. Like, most of the time, like, meeting someone at the gym is kind of low-key a little bit cringe. Because you're trying to... you're trying to diversify your fucking routine and work on your body. You're not there to like meet people. You're there to work out, right? Like that's kind of the logic, I feel like. You'll need to choose environments where you can thrive. Smaller groups with consistent attendance. What, like your job? Classes, workshops with a shared task. Okay, hold on. This is about money too. Again, quiet community activities like hiking, book clubs, or local volunteering. Dude, this is ChatGPT looking ass, I swear. Nah, I wrote this on More Here. Where to find a good woman. A short field guide for men. Dude, this is so cringe. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I just got the worst PTSD sinking feeling in my stomach.
Yep, it's a liberal grifter is all it is. I mean, look at this shit. This is stuff men do already. Focus on building rhythm and repetition. Men are all about that shit. Especially when it comes to work, gym, and self-time, right? Create a life a woman would be proud to stand beside. We all already work hard enough on our lives as it is. It's just that there are 0 good Western females that are worthy to stand beside us. It's not the other way around. The statistics and facts and data all back that up on every level. There are 0 good Western females in the West. Nihila may or may not be an exception to that. You know, she's excellent for a Western female. Unfortunately, she shares the same fate as all the rest of them because she made those decisions when she was younger. And those are going to stick with her and affect her the rest of her life. Hopefully, if she, you know, if she ends up being like a young girl's mentor, she helps them to avoid all of that herself later on in life. Because I don't see her having kids, honestly. I know she would like to have kids, but um, uh, because there's no guarantee of a long-term relationship with her, most men are just gonna be like, not taking that risk, and they have every right to, of course. Nothing bad against her. She was just following along with the herd. And the feminist the feminist hive mind had her on lock for a while. She can't help that now, unfortunate as it is. But yeah, show up, be seen, let relationships build slowly. Men literally do that every day already. They show up to work, they show up to the gym. All right, for men, we don't, on average, we don't expect first meetings to turn into anything. On average, we're just like, hey, you're cool, I'm cool, all right, let's hang out. Oh, we've seen each other a year later. How you doing? How's the dog? Right? That kind of thing. Time doesn't pass the same way for men as it does for women. But yeah, not because she completes it, but because she complements it. Well, I mean, that's just what used to be the standard. It's not the standard anymore because they're all independent boss bitches. And independent boss bitches don't need a man. Therefore, they should not get a man. Moving on.
Like, reading this crap. I'm not throwing shade. He's probably right. If you want to meet girls, you gotta do stuff. I guess. Like, he's not entirely 100% wrong. I'm just so insanely introverted that the second I read go do interesting things with interesting people, I got Vietnam flashbacks to, like, my teacher telling me to pick a partner in fucking high school. I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to talk.
Actually, it would be preferable for most to pick a partner in high school. If we didn't have such rampant hedonism. If we didn't have such rampant hedonism among our young kids, I mean, the average age of losing virginity now for females is somewhere around 10 years old. And they're messing around with older dudes. Fucking 10. It's like between 10 and like 13. And a giant, huge percentage of these girls are on social media shaking their bare skin for everybody, for attention and shit. If we didn't have such rampant hedonism, then getting a partner in high school would be much more feasible because everybody would be trying to share those special moments back when they were considered special between only two and not becoming the town fucking carousel. For the one that they wanted to stick it out with. That doesn't happen anymore. That doesn't exist in the West. So young men, get a passport. It's really not that hard. It's really not. Get a passport, go overseas. And if you find a nice girl overseas, fucking stay there.
Talk to people. I want to sit in my room and play WoW or anything else with my lights off. Where's the guide for introverted people? We need one of those. Like, what happened? Why is it always about extroverts and shit?
I gotta grab my my Wolverine pills.
Then stay single? Fuck you! Outside is where the bad guys are? That's not true. That's not true, chat. Alright. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna read this one in its entirety, chat. Problem. I'm too short, or fat, or ugly, or too intimidating. Intimidating? Holy shit, okay. Dude,
Anyway, what do you think of this, Commander Wolf? If you're still there, that is. Took my immortality pills. Okay, well, what are your thoughts on it, though? I mean, you don't really need that much experience to have an opinion at the very least. Oh, my back. Well, anyway, while I'm waiting for the answer, I'm going to continue going through. But unfortunately, Alana is only going to see so much of this because she is female, right? She is a Western female. A fairly awesome one, sure, by all appearances and accounts, but she's still a Western female. That's got a dirty connotation to it all on its own. And I have a feeling she's going to gloss over a good bit of some things here because she's not male.
It's like roleplay! Solution. Every man has something about his body he doesn't like. Okay. Some things can be changed, others can't. But here's the truth. Women don't marry just for looks. They marry for masculine presence. You can be average looking or even rough looking. Dude, this reads like a fan fiction. This reads like a woman's fan fiction. And still be deeply attractive if you carry yourself.
I get you.
Like a man. Strong. Composed. Grounded. No, this is... Chat, I have read a lot of essays. This actually reads word for word like Chat GPT. They always do this fucking, like, descriptor and then, like, 3 words. It's a big indicator, and it's done that repeatedly now. Most physical flaws can be compensated for by strength in other areas. Fat face. Get lean and muscular. It changes your bone structure and confidence. Okay. Don't like your jawline? Grow a...
Yeah, pretty much all of it is just shaming men about not all being multi-millionaire romantic novel characters. Because all of it would be fine and dandy if that wasn't what a lot of young men already have been trying to do. Not to mention all of it sounds like a scolding. It sounds like a scolding, and it sounds like a pull yourself up by your fucking bootstraps. Bullshit. Yeah, it's all just about shaming men for not playing the stupid fucked up game that's been made for them. That's what it sounds like.
Beard and learn to carry yourself with dignity. It's so vague, man. Short, then your mission is to walk like a king and build a life so compelling she forgets your height within 5 minutes. That's all it takes, chat. 5 minutes and she's just like, oh my god, I'm on my knees, bro. ChatGPT, please find me a woman. Plenty of short, homely, or scarred men. What the fuck are you dude, what the fuck does scarred men mean? Scarred men marry wonderful women, but only when they don't let their appearance be a cage. Fix what you can, style your hair, improve your grooming. Learn how to dress, lift, move, stand tall, speak with purpose, develop gravitas? I forget how to pronounce this word. And humor. The rest, let it refine your spirit. Not shame, but sharpen you. Your face isn't the problem you imagine it to be, and your presence is the solution. I hate this so much.
I agree. I hate this so much too, because it's nothing but telling men what they need to do when men already do this and naturally, for the most part, try to, unless they're raised in really sharp insular environments that are just garbage and crap like ghetto culture. The hood is not a good place for nobody in the neighborhood. But it says nothing about what women should do instead. It says how to try to get a woman. It says nothing about what women do wrong, period. Which on the list is much higher. Way higher. Western females' brains are so cooked that they think all of them deserve freaking they all think they deserve a romantic novel Marvel superhero that's a CEO billionaire and can read their fucking mind. They want a Henry Cavill without anything about them being human. That's literally all of this. Every single bit of it. Like I said, it's a liberal grifter. Liberals are just as bad as terrorist leftists, in my opinion. Then again, all data, stats, evidence, and facts is going to back me up on that. But yeah, what do you think, Commander Wolf? Does it sound like anything conducive at all? It doesn't to me. Sounds like the same old tired bullshit. Yeah, I concur. You want an even play? It's funny because it's always the talk about equality. But men spend money on women when they have it. Women never spend money on men when they do. I say never because the number that do are exceptions, not the majority absolute rule. And all stats, data, and facts back me up on it. But because the modern Western female mind rebels against reality, just period, thanks to feminism and unearned rights that they have, like the 19th Amendment, being allowed to vote but not being forced to serve like men are, and go and die for those rights. They have unchecked power they're not giving up. And now the vast majority are nothing but narcissistic, egotistical, delusional, insufferable coleras. Every single one. And they're so cooked that they are incapable of understanding anything else. They can't comprehend that reality is different from what's in their heads. Much as what they're going to see with their eyes over their lifetimes before they hit the wall and after will prove otherwise. Which, talking about that, makes me feel a bit worse for Nihila because she got caught up in all of that bullshit and now her future is permanently, well, the future she desires now is permanently out of her reach because she followed the herd as a young girl and had nobody to teach her better. I do feel bad for Nihila on that one.
She gets on her knees to meet you at eye level. Okay, Tyler won. Chat. I feel like a lot of these things listed here are more insecurities than actual problems. Like, he says problem. Like, again, it isn't wrong to try and fix things you feel insecure about, but I feel like the most important or the more important message is that a lot of people, a lot of the times, the things you're worried about are just that, little worries that only you see. If you're overweight and insecure about that, I feel like you should lose weight so you feel better and live longer, and not because you want to like impress a fucking woman. Like, if you don't care, like, that's your prerogative. Like, live your life.
She's not wrong, you know, and I think a lot of young men have learned this. In fact, it seems like a majority of men in the West are learning this now. That engaging with Western females in any way, shape, form, or capacity, even professionally, even being in the same space as them, is not at all worth anything that could be lost. And a lot of them are learning that, actually, you know what? I've got all of this freedom from the tyranny of the feminist hive mind. I do what I want within my means. I have nobody breathing down my neck because I'm not making $1 million a month. I don't have someone, you know, nagging and nagging and nagging me because they're mentally unstable and emotionally unsound. I don't have something that's, I don't have, you know, something in my home that causes chaos for its own sake and attention. I don't have something selfish in my life that's trying to drain me like a parasite. So I can go to my gym, eat what I like and wish. No one's telling me otherwise. I can work on myself and have all and the plenty of time to do so. I can do all of my hobbies and no one's gonna shame me or embarrass me or try to humiliate me for them. I don't have somebody in my own home judging me because I feel like not doing anything on a Monday afternoon and just relaxing all day after work. I don't have someone that'll hold me back from maybe going on that trip to Japan I've always wanted to do. I don't have someone who's all about themselves and forcing me to sacrifice all for their benefit. The list goes on and on and on. No wonder why men are choosing to, withdraw from society, from dating and relationships. There is nothing from Western females that's worth it at all. And back in the day, it used to be said, well, they're worth it in the bedroom. Not even that is enough anymore to counteract how much of an absolute demon of the biblical sense that Western females have become. They're insufferable to such a degree, men don't even want to sleep with them. I mean, think about it. There's got to be something extremely wrong to get the male to decide that any and all opportunities for breeding are not worth any of the effort. But men will be blamed for it because, well, like they say, accountability is kryptonite to the feminist hive mind. It can't be their fault because they are the perfect beings that are superior to everything else around them, including other perfect beings, supposedly. Commander Wolf, honestly, we should bring back brothels and bordellos, but with higher standards. I mean, a lot of places are suffering a population decline as of late, and it's all the fault of every single female. It's always the women's fault, because they're the selectors of those who breed. The fact they're throwing themselves out only to the top percent of men as nothing but, sex dolls, and yet they say, don't objectify us. Get out of here, that shit. They say, don't objectify us. Proceeds to throw themselves at the top percentage of men for nothing. A paradoxical, contradictory existence is theirs. But yeah, I mean, look. I mean, I don't like hedonism. I don't. It's bad. It's terrible on every level. It's nothing but a detriment to humanity in every way. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me a sec. But yeah, look, if that's the only option we have left, well, I mean, Western females already are brothel babes and nothing more, so why not? They say there's nothing wrong with doing that. Here, let me take this call. I do.
look at what we were requesting. Alright, so it looks like a number of items. We're looking for verifier information. So, did you have specific questions before I go ahead and go through them? Did you have specific ones that you needed help with, or just go through all of them?
I got a bunch of conflicting messages about it. And then I asked if y'all could just, get proof of my clearance from Department of State just to speed things up, because I already did one through them and had no issue.
Sure, we are unable to do that. We do require a complete background investigation of our own. We only will accept reciprocity or waivers for the polygraph, but the actual security questionnaire we do have to have submitted every time. And there are different requirements for different departments and agencies, so I do understand we are pretty strict. I do hear that quite often, that we probably have maybe the most strict protocols when it comes to this form. So it is going to be a bit different. But yes, if you have questions about what we're looking for, I can certainly run through them and just kind of explain them as well.
Okay.
So what if I have a face that is scarred from fire? Does that mean I should stop just being insecure about it? I feel like I just read something that you translated through ChatGPT, man. What the frick is that, man? If you're fat and you're 400 pounds, eat more Big Macs. No, I'm kidding though. But like, for real though, if you are fat or you feel like you're not good enough, don't do it for a woman. Do it for yourself. Because if you hop into a relationship before you're content, like, with being alone, and I guess arguably for another word or another phrase is like dying alone, you can self-sabotage it all with your insecurities. The other thing with being content, like being alone, it makes you so much more resistant to bitches that want to take advantage of you. Or like don't really care about you and they like want you for your money or like your clout or your status or whatever. Like, be confident alone, smugglers. Don't let ethos bully you because they give you a crumb of attention. Always remind yourself, like, if she really, really likes you, it's for you. Not because, like, oh, like, if I stopped streaming or, like, if I lost all my money, she would still talk to me. Like, you know, you gotta think like she still wouldn't, you know? Move forward. Move without them. Get a man. I mean, that works too. Problem, I'm afraid of being Me Too'd. I have never in my entire life heard any man say this. What the fuck are we talking about? Yeah, no one has to fucking worry about that. What? This is literally only a fear if you've ever only had social interaction on Twitter. I mean, I guess it's a Twitter article, but still, I feel like this sets me off. This is so weird. I'm gonna skip it. I think this is retarded. Yeah. Problem, I have debilitating social anxiety. Okay, that's me. Yeah. Okay, what's the solution, chat? I'm listening. I'm sitting up. Social anxiety is not your enemy. It's a signal. Anxiety is what your body feels when you know you're unprepared. So the real issue isn't fear, it's readiness. The solution is to prepare. Start by talking to people. Oh, shut the fuck up. You already know and trust. Do I come across in any off-putting way? Oh my god, I hate this so much. I actually want to blow myself up. Next, expand your social exposure. Go to the gym, talk to neighbors and cashiers. Shut up! That's not real. Practice warm eye contact as opposed to what? Cold eye contact or hot eye contact? Say hello, then progress to small talk. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. This is so cringe. Chat, I have extreme social anxiety. I hate being told this crap. This is the most generic shit I've ever read in my life. Like, he's probably right to some degree. I just hate being told to go talk to people to practice not having anxiety. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit in my room and not go outside. Here's what worked for me. I still have really bad social anxiety, but it's way less bad than when it used to be when I was a kid. I worked a job. I had to work a job. Gun to my head, like I had to do it to survive for like a year or two. A job that I think people would call like public facing. In other words, like dealing with like the general public, like in customer service and like front desk and that kind of thing. And after doing that for a few years, I hated the general public so fucking much that my body defaults to I'm dealing with a fucking idiot instead of having like a nervous breakdown whenever I have like a social interaction that's not online. That's by the way, this is my dysfunctional dog shit solution. You probably shouldn't listen to me, but this is my personal, like, you know, fucking experience, you know? I feel like this is a very common thing. After working in retail, I fucking hate people. Yeah, no, I just think it's difficult, and I think it makes you hate everyone. Yeah. I space out mid-conversation sometimes. My eyes glaze over, but then I have to practice myself to look like I'm interested, if that makes sense. I love everyone. What a wholesome chatter. Where was I? Yep. Online dating is awful. Everyone on the apps is weird, overweight, and carries baggage. Whoa. That is... What? Overweight? Weird? Everyone? I mean, you're not wrong. Again, dating apps are like video games, chat. That's why they suck. If you're using an app for the purpose of dating, you're gonna meet people who are min-maxing it like they would a video game. That's like the easiest solution and path for them. Which means the likelihood you find a real connection is much lower. Because everyone is judging you like super superficially. I would stay away from dating apps. That's just me though. I don't know. Like some people really like them. I don't really fucking like them. They suck balls. I'm afraid of being rejected. Solution. Rejection is painful, especially when you take it personally. So stop taking it personally. Yo, Chad, if you're depressed, just stop being depressed. Yeah, just don't be afraid, bro. You're scared of spiders? Just stop being scared of spiders, bro. Yeah, just stop being scared, man. Oh my god, I want to punch this guy. Like, this goes back to my earlier point about being content alone by being by yourself. If you're a strong, confident smuggler that enjoys his own company and his own games and like likes going outside and like doing stuff and maybe not necessarily talking to people, but like going and seeing friends or talking to friends, it doesn't need a girl to make him happy. You probably won't fear rejection. That's how I would try and deal with it, you know? This is such bullshit. I hate this argument. And then it's like, blah, 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 blah. Too many grew up on movies where rejection is public and humiliating. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
In closed tasks,
none of the women I meet are up to my standards.
And then an incomplete task.
Dude, every segment I feel like we're getting a little more off into the weeds. Who gives a fuck about what she wants? Just be yourself!
Hiring notice,
and be open about what you want in a relationship.
CBP hiring
and if she has
message,
a problem with you, Then cut that shit off, man. It's not that deep. You don't need this stupid ass article to tell you this. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know
just
what
says
women want
submission deadline
today.
extension, that's
I
it.
don't know what women want. This basement makes me tired. Every new segment, man. It's the same shit. I don't know what women want. Like, it's the same thing, but phrased differently. Wait, none of the women I meet are to my standards. I don't know what women today want.
Oh, it's
the same
literally
thing,
just the
kind
requests
of.
for assistance.
Who
I've
fucking
submitted.
says this, man? I mean,
That's it.
Oh, okay, pause. I do think that these are two different things, but at the same time,
first one's the
this
same
is all
thing, it's just a repeat of the
GPT regurgitated garbage. Saying like her posture, her eye contact, her tone. Like, this is such a big bullshit, man. I've never really like heard guys complain about this that much, to be honest. I feel like it's the inverse. Because generally, I feel like the standards you set for yourself for a girl aren't things you find out until you've been dating them for a little while, like their personality and stuff. It's sometimes really hard to snuff out a girl if she's going to be a psycho or not.
Alright. If you go ahead and refresh your browser, your portal,
Mm-hmm.
and then after you do that, under tasks, do you see any new messages?
I see CBP hiring message, update security questionnaire.
Perfect. Yep, so that is the message. I'm not sure why it didn't go through before, but in that message, it has your reviewer's notes of what we're looking for. So that's what you can reference when going through your form. I do apologize. I'm not sure why it didn't come through before, but you should have that now. And then that's what's being requested for your security questionnaire. With that, you do have a 5-day deadline. Did you need additional time beyond that? I know it's a busy time right now with the holiday. Do you think you might need 10 days or is 5 days okay?
I mean, it would be okay if it accepted any corrections I've already done. Because this is just a repeat of what I was told last time. So I don't understand why it's not accepting it.
I'm not sure. I'm not the reviewer. I don't know what could be going on in the form. I just see a request here for that information. I wonder if I know the Envis site has been having some issues recently. They were actually down for service for a few days. So I'm wondering if it didn't save properly and that so any edits you made weren't saved in the form. But I just know that this information is being requested. When you log into your form and go through, maybe your information, your changes did save in there, and you just have to resubmit, or if everything that you changed before didn't even save. That could also be a possibility. So let us know if you need extra time or if you need any more assistance with this. I know it's been quite a tricky process, so just let us know if you need anything, okay?
Is there a way to get a direct line to the reviewer, or is that a big giant no-no for the sake of I don't even know what anymore?
Unfortunately, we can't give you a direct line to the reviewer. You can request, as you did, request a phone call or email through the portal, the contact case or contact us button in the applicant portal, and we can give you a call and go through. But unfortunately, no, the actual review rate, we can't give you that information.
Okay, but you already just told me that you're unable to stay with me on the line to go through it line by line.
I am unable to do that, yes. But if you do have specific questions or need another call, do let us know. We can contact you at that time as well. I'm limited. I can't stay with you on the phone to go through the whole process.
Okay, so it seems like this is a lost cause. Y'all have a really horrible. Y'all have a really horrible, process for like anything. Period.
It's very tricky. I'm certainly able to get you an extension so you have plenty of time to go through and confer with us with any questions. Would you like an extra 5 days, so a 10-day deadline, or is the 5 days, you think that might be okay?
I'm actually questioning whether or not to keep going forward with this because your system seems like a failure on every level.
If you do decide that you don't want to continue, we certainly understand. We would like it if you could continue, but you can send a message on the portal and let us know if that is your decision. But yes, it's certainly available for you. Take some time to think about it. Let us know if you need anything else, and we can certainly reach out. But yeah, any other questions?
And so basically, I have to just keep on trying to resubmit this, and hopefully, somewhere at some point, maybe it will get accepted.
Yes, you will have to resubmit, and if the changes are there, the information, we will be able to submit it to the next step. But yes, it is required, and the information is required as well. So unfortunately, we won't be able to move forward without it. That is a very important part of the process. But
And there's nobody, and there's no option to have anyone on the phone help me go through it so that it will be accepted on their end. That's just not an option at all.
unfortunately, we can't guarantee just because we can't see what is actually being put in the form. So we wouldn't be able to guarantee that you won't have any additional corrections needed. Just because we can't see your screen, we can't see what's being typed in, and we aren't able to tell applicants exactly what to put. It puts us in a tricky situation. We can't be trying to skew the information or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we can try to help you as best as we can, but we cannot guarantee. We can't, put words in your mouth, so to say.
okay. So, well, no one can ask that if they understand that you cannot be deceitful on federal forms.
Right.
So basically, y'all are just a moral support line, and that's it.
We would try to help you through as best as possible. We can give you tips and let you know some general information of what is needed. If you have specific questions, let us know. We can help you as best as we can. But we are limited in exactly what to say or what not to say. So, yeah, use the contact caseworker button. You can reply to the message as well. Specific questions are easier to answer, and we'll try to help you that way. But do let us know if you need anything, okay?
Sure. Absolutely.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. You have a good rest of your day, sir.
Yep. Bye-bye. I don't know if you all heard that bunch of bullshit. It's fucking retarded on every fucking level. Border Patrol, you're garbage. I bet she gets to sit behind a nice cushy desk just passing along the numbers until she's done. Fuck all of that.
Hopefully. By dating for a while, right?
Fucking hate bureaucrats.
That shit might not come out until months
Fuck
later.
HR.
I feel like the standard I see my chat say they have is that she needs to be nice. At the very cringe. Chat, I have extreme social anxiety. I hate being told this crap. This is the most generic shit I've ever read in my life. Like, he's probably right to some degree. I just hate being told to go talk to people to practice not having anxiety. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit in my room and not go outside. Here's what worked for me. I still have really bad social anxiety, but it's way less bad than when it used to be when I was a kid. I worked a job. I had to work a job. Gun to my head, like I had to do it to survive for like a year or two. A job that I think people would call like public facing. In other words, like dealing with like the general public, like in customer service and like front desk and that kind of thing. And after doing that for a few years, I hated the general public so fucking much that my body defaults to I'm dealing with a fucking idiot instead of having like a nervous breakdown. Whenever I have like a social interaction that's not online. That's by the way, this is my dysfunctional dog shit solution. You probably shouldn't listen to me, but this is my personal, like, you know, fucking experience, you know? I feel like this is a very common thing. After working in retail, I fucking hate people. Yeah, no, I just think it's difficult, and I think it makes you hate everyone. Yeah. I space out mid-conversation sometimes. My eyes glaze over, but then I have to practice myself to look like I'm interested, if that makes sense. I love everyone. What a wholesome chatter. Where was I? Yep. Online dating is awful. Everyone on the apps is weird, overweight, and carries baggage. Whoa. That is... What? Overweight? Weird? Everyone? I mean, you're not wrong. Again, dating apps are like video games, chat. That's why they suck. If you're using an app for the purpose of dating, you're gonna meet people who are min-maxing it like they would a video game. That's like the easiest solution and path for them. Which means the likelihood you find a real connection is much lower. Because everyone is judging you like super superficially. I would stay away from dating apps. That's just me though. I don't know. Like some people really like them. I don't really fucking like them. They suck balls. I'm afraid of being rejected. Solution. Rejection is painful, especially when you take it personally. So stop taking it personally. Yo, Chad, if you're depressed, just stop being depressed. Yeah, just don't be afraid, bro. You're scared of spiders? Just stop being scared of spiders, bro. Yeah, just stop being scared, man. Oh my god, I want to punch this guy. Like, this goes back to my earlier point about being content alone by being by yourself. If you're a strong, confident smuggler that enjoys his own company and his own games and like likes going outside and like doing stuff and maybe not necessarily talking to people, but like going and seeing friends or talking to friends, and doesn't need a girl to make him happy, you probably won't fear rejection. That's how I would try and deal with it, you know? This is such bullshit. I hate this argument. And then it's like, blah, 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 blah. Too many grew up on movies where rejection is public and humiliating. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! None of the women I meet are up to my standards. Dude, every segment I feel like we're getting a little more off into the weeds. Who gives a fuck about what she wants? Just be yourself. And be open about what you want in a relationship. And if she has a problem with you, then cut the shit off, man. It's It's not that deep. You don't need this stupid ass article to tell you this. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what women want today. I don't know what women want. This makes me tired. Every new segment, man. It's the same shit. I don't know what women want. Like, it's the same thing, but phrased differently. Wait, none of the women I meet are to my standards. I don't know what women today want. It's the same thing, kind of. Who fucking says this, man? I mean, oh, okay, pause. I do think that these are two different things, but at the same time, this is all GPT regurgitated garbage. Saying like her posture, her eye contact, her tone, like this is such a big bullshit, man. I've never really like heard guys complain about this that much, to be honest. I feel like it's the inverse. Because generally, I feel like the standards you set for yourself for a girl aren't things you find out until you've been dating them for a little while, like their personality and stuff. It's sometimes really hard to snuff out a girl if she's going to be a psycho or not. Hopefully, by dating for a while, right? That shit might not come out until months later. I feel like the standard I see my chat say they have is that she needs to be nice. At the very least, she needs to be loyal, not to be a cheater or like looking for other guys. Like that's really it, right? Or am I wrong? And have a pulse. I mean, you know, below 400 pounds. Oh no, no. Nice, loyal. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what women today want. This reads very badly. Where was I? I don't know what women today want. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, instead bring warmth, curiosity, humor, presence. Again, the 3-letter bullshit. Be patient, be strong, be sincere. All vague posting. Dating is exhausting. I just want to skip to marriage. Solution. I'm always surprised by how many men don't enjoy dating or find it exhausting or stressful. Chat, who fucking says this? Who says this? Nobody says this. At least not in my community. This is like some Gen X boomer coded problem for like 40-plus-year-old dudes. No, nobody in my chat has ever said this because we've watched 100 videos about women absolutely like raping their husbands for half their shit in a divorce. Nobody wants to skip to marriage because they're afraid of what they could lose, man. Yeah, not the marriage part, sure. Like, yeah, sure, maybe you don't want to, like, bullshit around and text for 2 weeks, but, like, skip the marriage? Like, what? What? Huh? I have low self-esteem and maybe depression. Again. I'll say it again. Be confident in yourself. Learn to enjoy your fucking own company, chat. Nobody cares if women can tell if you're not confident. Nobody cares if women get the fucking quote-unquote ick if they think you're depressed. That's not the point. The point is if you aren't happy by yourself, you won't be happy in a relationship. And you will either self-sabotage or get taken advantage of by some e-thought. Like, prove me wrong. Here comes the ChatGPT answer to stop being depressed. Yeah, just stop being depressed, bro. Women already deal with emotional, hormonal mood swings. The last thing they want is a man to be depression. Eat meat! Depression can be attacked the same way. Exercise, eat meat, get sunlight, cut screen time and porn. Seek out experts. Gym. Oh my god, shut up. I hate this. Problem. There's no point in dating when divorce laws are against men. Yes, divorce laws are unjust, but giving up on women because the system is rigged is like giving up on work because taxes exist. You don't surrender to injustice, you outsmart it. Hold on. You said taxes and then you're like, outsmart taxes. Okay, I'm down. Okay. Yeah, tax evasion? Yeah, I'm down. Vet better. Choose a woman who fears God. What are we playing, Warhammer? Loves truth, hates a divorce. Hold on, what? What the fuck are we waffling on about? This is actually so painful. If you end up in court, you've already failed. What the fuck? Are they gaslighting? They're actually they're gaslight girl bossing them. You're the person reading the article. Nah, what? Chat, do you really need an article to tell you not to date crazy bitches? This segment doesn't even make any sense. Because if this really one of your top worries that makes you not want to date, just get a prenup. I don't get it. If you think you find the right girl that genuinely makes you happy and you have zero doubts and she treats you right, I don't think this is something you have to worry about. Do you know when you would have to worry about this? If you're not confident by yourself and you're desperate for a wife or companionship, you marry a girl even though there's signs that she's a Karen and that will divorce you for money or ruin your life in other ways, like maybe after you have a kid or something. Yeah. Prenups can also be ignored. That's not my point. Do you understand the point I'm trying to say, though? Yeah, sure, like, prenups don't help you against everything, but it helps a little bit. Is this shit that should have been figured out during dating? Thank you. Yeah. I don't see the benefit of marriage in 2025. This has gotta stop. Why are we even here anymore, brother? If you don't want to get married, then don't get married. Some people swear off it because they got burned by it. Or they're afraid of commitment. Who cares? Has Tyler 1 proposed to Michaela yet? No. And they're about to have a second kid. Who gives a fuck? Do whatever you want. Oh my god, this is such garbage. Oh my god, essaying. Hell yeah. Problem. I've done everything right. I'm a great catch and I still can't find a woman. Chat, I'm gonna be real. You might have an ego problem. Or this guy's trying to sell you something. Anyway, this was super duper fun. Yeah, no more waiting. No more guessing. Let's find out what's really in your way. Also, buy my book. You said you want women? I'm here to begin a conversation. Yeah, I'm a nice type shit, right? Nah, I'm done. This is so fucking cringe. I'm gonna be your dad. Please give me $30 and read my book. Thank you very much. Super duper cringe. Chad, did you find anything useful in this today? Do you think ChatGPT really helped you out? I think it did. That was a lot of nothing. It was beautiful. Such garbage. Yeah, the first comment pissed me off. Nope, don't care. That's right. Keep watching VTubers. I'm gonna run all my life problems through ChatGPT. Yeah, your dick pee-pee don't work. Eat more meat and get more sunlight. Bleach your asshole. You think I'm joking? I think it actually could say that, man. I was half expecting it. No, like when it started saying eat meat, I was like, okay, man. Like, look. Sleep and wake up on Riven. Go outside. Cut screen time. And porn. Eat meat. I was like, oh my god, dude. Next, you're gonna tell me to, like, put prebiotics up my butthole. Be happy. Be alone. Sunbathe your balls. Chop wood. Eat meat if you're sad. That's what I learned today.
Fuck you, CBP. You pieces of fucking shit. God, I hate you. Shit like this that makes people go postal. You fuckers. Fucking A, I hate bureaucracy. Fucking kill yourself. God, they're retarded. Which fucking relative is this? I don't know their fucking address. God, they're stupid. They're so stupid. Full on retarded. That is the CBP. No, 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 and no, you fucking retards. Mm. Mm. They're gonna make me pull my non-existent fucking hair out, fuckers. It's gonna drive me up the fucking wall. God, I hate this. These people are pissing me off. Okay, cool. I'll see you later, Commander Wolf. It's not like we're doing shit at the moment anyway. I'm just gonna listen to music. have to fucking repeat myself every goddamn fucking time. It's gonna piss me off. You fucks. They better fucking accept this. It's fucking pieces of shit. God damn you fuckers. I hate you so much. This better be fucking it! Filling out these fucking forms is driving me up the goddamn wall. Again and again and again and fucking again. Fuck you, Border Patrol, you fucking pieces of shit. Fucking done. God damn. Jesus fucking Christ. Urgh. Done. Fucking done. Jesus. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, whoever wrote that article was a dumb piece of shit, by the way. In this Smugglana video. Here, I'll put the link in the chat thing. Credit where credit's due. Smugglana. Is this why men find dating hard? Holy shit! Alright. Well, shit, I've been doing this for 3 hours. There's no one here, so it's time to close up shop. No point streaming for nobody. Freaking A, but goddamn, freaking